Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, May 15th, 2019 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I find balance by nurturing my senses. And oh my goodness, I have stories for you. So this incoming Scorpio full moon, which is happening this Saturday, 2:11 p.m. on Saturday, this full moon, it's bringing it. I feel it so strongly. There have been so many things happening, but just even today, like in the last 2 hours, we found a scorpion right outside our door in the recycling bin. It's posted on my Facebook page and my Instagram if you want to see it. A scorpion and a moth. And I was like, oh my gosh, this feels like such a strong message. Then I was sitting here and I wanted to put up some lights behind me. And as I was doing that, I had other lights that were hung up higher, and the clip that was holding them literally just broke with no reason, just broke, and those lights fell down and shattered glass. As I was thinking about the powers of this full moon, the transformational energy of this full moon, and how it feels to be coming in so strongly. And as that happened, there was a song in my head. Oh, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. Literally, between the full moon, thinking about the full moon and its transformational power and that song and the light shattering, I was like, oh my goodness, okay. So I decided because of that, I'm going to be offering a very special offer. You've got about 24 hours to claim it, and we're only giving away 10 of these. They're not giving away. But it's $20 for a reading for cards pulled by me and Joe for your lessons with this full Scorpio moon, and it's going to be recorded and sent to you. So if you would like that, now is your chance. Message me, and like I said, first 10 and that's it. But this energy feels so intense that we're building into it, and so I was like, I feel called with all of these things that keep happening. There's a plate that shattered too. So much, just everything. And so it's like, okay, this energy is clearing out, transforming. So we have that. Now let's dig into today's astro, which has some major shifts going on. We have Venus today moving into Taurus. That's happening really early. We have that happening at 2:46 a.m. And then we have Mars, the balancer of Venus. Mars moving into Cancer at 8:09 p.m. That means, and this is probably going to be one of the things you feel most, that we are going to have Mars at that 29 degree in Gemini through almost the entirety of the day. So anytime we have a 29 degree energy, we have to be very aware that it's calling us to step up into some level of mastery. Now Mars tunes us into desire, and along with that desire, we either have the frustration of that desire not happening, or we have the passion of moving close to that desire energy. In the sign of Gemini, it brings us our attention very much to our consciousness and to our mental energy. So on a mental level, you are either going to be very conscious of your desires and how you are moving towards them, or very conscious of your frustrations and how you feel blocked about it. So be very aware of that. If you feel that blocked energy, this is an opportunity to reignite your passion, or even check in and maybe realign your passion, because maybe something, since you claim that desire, maybe something has shifted, and so maybe it's time to take a look at it. And we always have that opportunity. It's one of the nice things about Gemini energy, is that it is changeable, it's mutable, so that sometimes you got to go in and be like, wait, do I need to realign? What I do like is we have the Eye of the Tiger card, the success card. You are assured success. Your desires are meant to come about, and they will. But sometimes we just need a little alignment, and sometimes we need patience. Do we have the patience card? We do not. Fortunately, you don't have the patience card, but I'm going to tell you that anyways. Be very aware of that. Also, as Gemini rules communication, you may find your communications very fiery today, especially as we do have Venus at 0 degrees through most of the day. So awareness of that. I will dig into Mars in Cancer what that's going to bring tomorrow, since it's happening so late in the day. Venus moving into Taurus. This is going to be a lovely transit. Venus is in its home state, home sign, being in Taurus. So this is definitely a time where we are going to hone in on receptivity. I thought there was a dog drinking out of the toilet, but it's just the pet bowl. Thank goodness. Hone in on those energies of the yin, of pleasure, of receptivity. Now, it's one of those things, especially with Venus in Taurus and all the other astro that's going on. Sometimes we like to overindulge in pleasure when things seem like they're going so wrong. What I love is this energy mantra today. I find balance by nurturing my senses. We do need to nurture the senses. We need to, take this word lightly, indulge in beauty, indulge in taste and touch and sight and all those wonderful things. I'm missing senses because there's so much happening right now over here. But we want to indulge in those things and yet not go overboard. We want to find our balance. What I love is that we actually do have the moon in Libra, which is reminding us, in all things, find your balance. So what senses need to be tended to? Listening. Well, that's one of them that I missed. Spontaneous brain combustions happening. What senses need to be activated at this time to bring you into balance, to bring you back into a state of homeostasis or equilibrium, equanimity, to find yourself back in that balanced center state? How can you be in a receptive space for that energy? And I do believe when we do find balance in the senses, we can find ourselves more grounded on this earth in some ways, and we get to be in that state of body, mind, spirit, soul, heart on another level. So Venus in Taurus, it calls us to be very connected to those senses. And again, I feel like when we do treat ourselves well, well meaning in balance, we are more able to tap into our natural gifts and our creativities and our inner artist that wants to come forward with this energy. Venus in Taurus, I think we are watching the puppy next door. She's a gigantic husky puppy, and she's currently ringing the bell that we have on the door to try to get out. She is like a handful. Anyway, she's been quiet right up to this point of recording, minus the broken plate. Anyway, Venus in Taurus. Oh, Rumi quote. Let the beauty you love be what you do. There's hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. We all can bring beauty forth. We all have that capability. We all have even that desire within us to bring forth beauty. And so Venus in Taurus will connect us to that. It also may bring a sensuous level to relationships. It's not just romantic relationships. It may be like the sensuous pleasure of taking a picnic with your friends or family, or going to a concert, or a museum with somebody. There's so many ways, or walking through a park, walking through the redwoods. There's so many ways to indulge in this energy in really positive, grounding, affirming ways. I have this card, a celebration card. We in Northern California are going to be getting rain. So if you live in Northern California or anywhere else where it's raining, take a second, feel the rain on yourself, feel the rain on your face. Use the clearing power of water in this energy as we build to this full moon. I posted a great picture on my Facebook as well today of a snake totally enjoying the rain on its face. It's really a beautiful picture. So utilize this energy. Find balance by nurturing your senses. Find balance by being present and indulging in wonderful things the earth has to offer. So besides those things, one last thing to mention, sorry, Venus in Taurus, it will be at 0 degrees through the day. So when we have a planet at 0 degrees, you may be like, I don't know what she's talking about. The last thing I'm feeling right now is sensual. It will come in. For now, this 0 degrees, get the ball rolling. Find your balance. Nurture your senses. Literally write down in your to allow book or to-dos, taste something that I love, the flavor of on my tongue. You know, smell something that smells delightful. Touch something that feels good to me. You know, look at something that is enjoyable to look at. You know, really actually make time for that to get the ball rolling. When we do these things, our life does change. And this is where we can even practice our Jupiter gratitude. Okay, so besides this, we've got Mercury. Mercury is connecting in to that Neptune energy. My feeling with this, as I look at my astro chart, which is behind my notes, my feeling with this is like indulging in the sixth sense energy. Take a little time for imagination. Take a little time for imagining your future self, indulging in the senses. How would your future self like to indulge in the senses? A little bit of that may bring a little bit of manifesty and even receptivity into your energy. Neptune always reminds us of the magic that is possible, especially in Pisces. It brings it to a mystical level. And Mercury in Taurus is like, hey, we got some magic, earth magic going on here. So what would your future self like to connect in on a sensual level? Finally, Moon in Libra, helping us find that balance, trying to help us find that balance through all of this. Moon in Libra, building to this full moon, we'll be connecting to Saturn. And we know that Saturn has a bit of that heavy energy. It's also going to be squaring the nodes. One of the best things again you can do is find your balance by nurturing your senses. You may feel a feeling of the shoulds. You may have some self-worth, not good enough stuff come up with this energy, with this square. I promise you are good enough. You are worthy and deserving of these wonderful things that you desire, these things that you are imagining in your life. You've got to nurture yourself through these. You've got to find your balance by your willingness to find the good in this moment. I know that's not always easy, but it's part of the empowerment. It's part of the transformation to be able to alchemize energy and find the good in any given moment. It will help you peel through this tensity that is upon us. So, that being said, first 10 people that ask can receive this special thing just for this full moon in Scorpio. So like I said, Joe and I will pull cards for you. What I ask for is, as you request it, please send your sun and rising sign, and if you happen to have like moon sign or anything significant in Scorpio energy interacting with this moon, or you can send your birth information. I can look that up always. But anyway, send that along, and we will get those videos out to you before the full moon. And yes, besides that, you can always book a full reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com for that. Take a second. What sensual energies are you grateful for? Use this to find your balance. I promise you it is going to help you as we move through this turbulence. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you, and you do have the power. Namaste.